Good morning, everybody. It's John and Mercedes here at Thunder Canyon Campground. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. So today we're going to read from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. I'm going to do the reading. A time for everything. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search, and a time to give up. A time to keep, and a time to throw away. A time to tear, and a time to mend. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace.
And we picked this one because of what's happening with Skippy. Because it's full cycle and it's so many emotions. And I don't know, I think you guys can all relate to that. I mean, there's something really quite beautiful about the life that we were able to give him. He's run through dunes in Pismo Beach. He knows,
been all over the country.
He knows what Yosemite smells like. Not a lot of dogs can say that. I remember the first time he smelled the ocean. We were in that U-Haul, and he's like, "What's that?"
What
and
is
just
that
his
smell?
nose was stuck to like, that is a smell. And he loved playing in water. The first time he walked to a pool, he didn't know that it was lower.
Walked right into it. At first.
Yeah, he's done a lot of. He's such a knucklehead. But he's the one and only Skippy. And I know everyone here has their own fur babies that they love. It's one of those things that I think a lot of people can relate to. The difficulty in having to say goodbye. But, this has brought about a lot of questions. One of which from Sage, is Skippy, where does Skippy go? Does Skippy go to heaven? And I let her know that all dogs go to heaven. They actually made a movie about it. And
I don't think cats do.
And John started laughing because he knew the underlying joke I was making, but I really do think dogs go to heaven. I think there's something so pure in that, and the love that they give. And as a human, to have dominion over animals really means that I have to take care of him, and if I know he's hurting, and I know he can't walk, and I know he can't do what God brought dogs in the world to do.
Quality of life.
Yeah, so it's just been a real... It's been weighing on us. On one end, I'm glad that I know what it's coming. So we've spoiled him so much with food. We have given him, if you want to talk about a last meal, he's gotten a last buffet. But it's just really hard navigating all of those emotions.
Yeah, there's a time for everything.
You defended him from a pit bull. He's your buddy.
Yeah.
He got this close to a pit bull to protect that dog.
You guys, you know that. We made a video about that. And the truth is that since that attack, he's never really quite bounced back all the way.
Yeah.
But Skippy has been an incredible joy in our lives. He's been with us wherever we've gone. He's been with us almost since Mercedes and I got together. And the day we picked him up, picked him up in one of the roughest parts of town.
In Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, off of
Colfax.
Colfax is not a good street. Now all of Aurora is that way, but back in the day it was just one street that was that way.
Yeah, and the day we picked him up, we went out there and...
shady neighborhood.
And
it was so shady.
We had our daughter Kenzie with us and
found the place on Craigslist.
On
Super safe.
And I looked at Mercedes and I said, pick one. And Mercedes picked the Runt. And the reason I remember that is I was upset because These people weren't taking very care of these dogs, and Skippy was covered in poop. He had poop all over him, and I said, "Can't you pick somebody else? That one's got more poop on
They're
him."
all chocolate labs. They all look the same. Such a good boy.
He's given us so much joy in our lives, and it's hard to let him go. And not a lot of people know this, but we were actually planning on doing this in the beginning of the month, and we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We wanted to hold on to him as long as we could, so we had scheduled for October 1st.
We said October 1st.
And we got there and we said we can't.
No.
And then we had that discussion again tonight.
But he's given us signs.
Yeah, God has blessed us with him, but there is a time
for everything.
For everything, and it's time for us to let him go. His quality of life's horrible. God has blessed us with the time with him, and we got Booger. We got Booger. But one of the reasons we got Booger is I knew that Sage would need a replacement for Skip, and that's why I got Booger.
Soften the blow.
Yeah, so that's really all I have to say about that.
But back to this verse, I think it's easy to get distracted on the season that we're in life. And how many times, like that one country song, you're going to miss this, right? So wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, just remember there's a time for everything. God's in the now. I mean, he was there yesterday too, and he'll be there tomorrow. But the real, it's now in the moment. And, I just think of, I don't know. I'm so grateful for heaven, where you can see your loved ones again. And I think that includes dogs. And if you disagree or agree, put it in the comments. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful day.
Have a beautiful day.
If you've got a pet,
give them an extra cuddle.
Give them an extra cuddle. And thank God every minute you have with them. Hope you all have a great day. God bless y'all. Hope to see you in the comments.